Greetings, everyone. Gary Wagner here, 800 Biz Ninja Marketing and the 90-Day Novice to Ninja program. We're coming up on the 5th anniversary of the pandemic. Maybe it's not 5th. It just seems like 5 years. It seems like forever. But it actually has been almost a year since things started shutting down and locking down. And we all thought, who would have thought, here we are in 2021, and we're still talking about the COVID-19. We're still talking about lockdowns. We're still seeing businesses that are running at a half to a third capacity. We're still seeing people wearing masks everywhere. We're still talking about, do we go out? Do we stay home? Do we social distance? All of these things that we have never experienced as business people before. And I've been in business for over 40 years, and I've never seen anything like this. The effect that it's had on businesses, the effect that it's had on individuals and families, kids schooling. It's just it's an unprecedented time. But it brought back to mind a story. And for those of you that may or may not know, I'm an old martial artist. I'm a third-degree black belt. You'll see the certificates kind of behind me. That's what these are all back here. But I'm a third-degree black belt. And it brought to mind a story. So when I was testing for my second-degree black belt, I believe it was, I was testing, and part of the testing, you do all of your formal exercises, your katas as they're called, and you do all the formal exercises, and then when you're done, then you fight 3 or 4 or 5 higher ranked black belts than you. What actually happened, and this is, let me switch over here. This is a photo of my black belt test. I'm the one on the left with the foot in my face. But it got me thinking, what it doesn't show you, or what you don't see in this photo, is what happened immediately after this. Before the kick finished landing in my face, I had grabbed the kick. I swept the leg of the guy delivering it, took him down on his back, and stomped him. And even though his point counted first, mine delivered potentially more damage. And so it got me to thinking, how do you handle it when somebody kicks you in the face? When your business gets kicked in the face, what do you do? How do we adjust to that kick in the face? Do we fall down and not get back up? Do we come up fighting? Do we kind of brush it off and go, oh well, maybe not next time. Maybe the next time it won't hit. Or do you proceed forward? Do you get aggressive, and do you change things so that you reverse the situation, and that you're no longer victim to the attack or to the circumstances that we're facing, but now you're in charge? And that's really what I did, and it's kind of a philosophy that I've used all along. So through my entire career, I've always used adversity as a time to learn, as a time to figure out what can I do differently and how do I adjust to that. And that's really what we as business people need to be doing right now. And the fact that we got to be looking at, how do we exist in this new normal? How long are we going to have working from home? How long are we going to have conditions that may be unrest in the country, or that cause shortages or work stoppages or whatever that may be? But all of those things affect us as small business owners. We don't have the big reserves. We don't have the billions and billions in stocks or investors by the tons that we can call on to bail us out. We got to do it ourselves. There is nobody to call on. There's no fallback position. It's us. And so as a result, I really got thinking about, okay, what do we need to do? We've got to change the way we do business. If some things aren't working, we got to change that. We can't do what we've always done before and expect a different result. I've always used that analogy. What's the definition of insanity? It's doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. We can't do that anymore, because businesses will collapse if they don't change their marketing strategies, if they don't change their business philosophies, their business models. One of the things I did with a lot of my clients was I took them on as a partner in my Novice to Ninja program and said, okay, let's evaluate what you're doing. Let's evaluate how your marketing plan works, and let's come up with strategies that work today and things that we can do today and moving forward. Because we've already got the precedent set. The precedent for locking down if something happens has already been established. So that means we may have it again. We may have something come up. It may be a new virus. It may be a new, maybe privacy rules strike. Who knows? But we got to be prepared, and we've got to we can't put our eggs in one basket from a marketing standpoint. We have to diversify our marketing strategies so that if one channel breaks, we can shift our focus or shift some of those efforts over to another marketing channel. Look at what happened with Twitter. Look at what happened with Parler, for example, and some of those things. Look what happens with Facebook. I mean, Facebook is continually changing their algorithms, and I question its validity as a source for a marketing message for small businesses. Will that be different in 3 months, 6 months? Maybe. But again, we have to be on top of things and be totally aware of what's happening so that we can adjust when things need to adjust. As a result, I have a workshop that I'm going to be doing. It's called 21 Marketing Tips for 2021. And I'm going to give you some things that you may not have thought of. Some of them are obvious. Some of the things that we've emphasized in 2020 are still effective in 2021, but there are things that are changing. And so we need to be aware of what those changes are. And so this will give you some really good tips on things you need to look for in your marketing plan. And if you're not using some of these, maybe it's time to learn how or to adapt your strategy so that you can utilize more of these particular these tips that I'm going to give you. The workshop will be Wednesday, February 24th at 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. You can register at 90daynovice2ninja.com/21 tips. That will give you the registration link for the webinar. The webinar is free, so I invite you to attend. Hopefully you will, hope you'll be able to and find some good information. Even if you're not able to attend and you want to register, you'll be able to see the replay. It will be recorded. Once again, check out my webinar on February 24th at 2 p.m. and hope to see you there. This is Gary Wagnon. Hope you have a great Ninja Marketing Day.